Hi friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is looking into what it is that you think they see in you, how you think they see you versus how they actually see you. And I have three groups for you guys to choose from today. Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi Pile 1, if you chose this elk card, then this is going to be your reading today on how it is that you think they see you versus how they actually see you. And the other oracles for this first portion of your reading are guide. The light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, and the shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. We also have the chinchilla with the keyword being sacrifice, and we have quest. Okay, so what is it that you think your person sees in you? How do you think that they are currently viewing you? I get the feeling that you feel as though they are seeing you as someone who knows what their worth is, someone who is resilient, who perhaps has gone through a lot. However, it has shaped your character into something that perhaps you are proud of in certain ways. I get the feeling that you feel as though they see you as somebody who is steadfast in what it is that you think you deserve. You aren't necessarily somebody who can be taken advantage of. But I kind of get the feeling with quest here that there might be this underlying fear within you, or this like subconscious thought within you that perhaps this person is viewing you as somebody who might be missing what is right in front of them because you're looking on the horizon for what is best for you rather than being in the present moment. I do feel as though you feel very strongly about your boundaries. And I think that you also feel as though you have a really strong relationship with yourself. Like you are your leader. You are your compass. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, I see somebody who is incredibly strong-willed, strong-minded, strong in their spirit. I definitely see you as somebody who thinks that you are being viewed as somebody who is very strong and resilient. So if that part resonates for you, let's go ahead and get into how it is that your person actually sees you. Man, the traffic, I don't know if you can hear it. It's so loud. I apologize if you can. Okay, how does Pile 1's person actually see Pile 1? Okay, we have the Two of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Moon. Okay, and then for your oracles, we have the Liberator. The light attributes are freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and the shadow attributes are imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. We have the fire ant. We have the rhinoceros with the keyword being heavy. And we have the workaholic. Okay, so if the part where I was saying that there's like a quiet or subconscious fear for some of you, where perhaps this person is viewing you as somebody who is searching so deeply for something that they are unable to see what's right in front of them. If that resonated for you, I would say that you're pretty spot on in that regard when it comes to how they're actually viewing you. It does feel like very rigid energy. The fire ant is definitely an animal or an insect that is rigid in its viewpoints, in its thinking. It also can at times stew on things. And with the rhinoceros being here as well, with the keyword being heavy, I really do think that this person feels as though you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, or you are feeling as though everything that has gone on, but perhaps between the two of you or just in life in general, is something that you carry with you, something that you haven't necessarily released. I do think that there is an element of pride here with the Six of Wands. I think that there definitely is a equivalency in a lot of ways to how you think they view you in comparison to how they're actually viewing you. I think they see that strength in you that you think they see. However, at the same time, it kind of feels like with the moon here, like a lot of the boundaries that you have put into place are actually boundaries based in fear rather than based in self-love. And obviously, like, self-protection is a form of self-love. However, it feels kind of like this self-protection might be something that is unwarranted or something that is related to the past that you have not yet released. And I think they see you as somebody who either is working towards freeing yourself from this or is in need of freeing yourself from this. I think that they view you as somebody who has a very serious outlook on life. And who knows what it is that they want and is willing to walk away immediately if that is not something that you are receiving. Let's go ahead and get some more oracles and see what else comes through. How does pile one's person view pile one? Okay, we have number 4, rest and rejuvenate. We have number 3, heartache and loss. And we have number 5, conflict and defeat. And then on the back of the deck, we have power. Yeah, I think where the disconnect lies when it comes to what you think versus how they actually see you comes from them perhaps analyzing what's beneath the surface of that strength. And don't get me wrong, with power here, there's definitely recognition of you being a very resilient person. But there is, everything here is indicative of wounds that have not necessarily been healed. That is kind of bringing fuel to the fire when it comes to what this strength and resiliency and these boundaries actually represent. I'm going to get another deck just to see if there's anything that I'm missing. How does pile one's person view pile one? Okay, so we have justice, we have cosmic exploration, and we have inside looking out. And then on the back of the deck, we have protect your heart. This is interesting. So one thing that I'm kind of picking up on now that I don't think this is for all of you, but there is a message coming through here that perhaps these wounds that are being presented as something that they see in you has to do with something that they themselves did. Like they themselves caused this harm to you. With inside looking out, like that's definitely giving me the vibe that perhaps the two of you are not in contact at this time. Like this person is viewing you or remembering you rather than like actually being in your current energy, like present in it. And with justice here, I feel like there may be recognition that like you are deserving of an apology. Again, that's like not for everybody, but at the end of the day, what justice is signifying is that they too recognize that you know what it is that you're worth. And I think like with protect your heart being the bottom of the deck energy, this is indicative of them feeling as though you have a lot of walls up. And it could be because this is something that they themselves caused, or it could be something completely different from your past that has caused these walls to go up, that this person now feels they are on the outside looking in, even though they really would like to have a more vulnerable, intimate type of connection with you. But that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and get you guys some affirmations before we close this reading out. What affirmation is there for pile one when it comes to this connection? We have, I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. So this is definitely giving me the same energy as this Liberator card. There's perhaps not a need to, like, obviously forgiveness and accepting apologies, things like that is a deeply personal choice. And there's no right or wrong way to go about it. But there is a message in here of needing to free yourself, regardless of whether or not you want to forgive, needing to free yourself from the past, so that you can be happy, regardless of the other people around you. Let's keep going. What affirmation is there for pile one when it comes to this connection? And we have, every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. So I think that this card could be encouraging, like mindfulness, or being present more often. Obviously, take these as they resonate for you first and foremost before you take my interpretation of them. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please know that I'm wishing you the best, and I hope that I will have the opportunity to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hi, pile 2. So today's pick a card reading is looking into how it is that you think they see you versus how they actually see you. And you've chosen the Otter card, and that is going to go with the rest of your oracles here to answer the first portion of this reading, which is how you think they see you. So the other oracles are the Magellanic Penguin, and the keyword is commitment. We also have Advocate. The light attribute is inspires you to put compassion into action. And the shadow attribute is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. And we also have self-worth. Okay, so how is it that you think they are currently viewing you? Let's go ahead and start first and foremost with the Otter card that you chose. This is telling me that you think they see you as somebody who is really full of life, somebody who is playful, somebody who is joyful, somebody who knows how to have fun. But it goes beyond that. Like there's a capability within you to keep your heart space open. You're capable of pure and unfiltered love. And I would also say that there's like an element of trust here, perhaps trust in yourself, trust in this connection, trust in where life is taking you. There's definitely an element here of trusting that the universe has your back. And in this trust, you find a great deal of joy. I would also say with this self-worth card that there's definitely like a great deal of self-love that you hold for yourself, as well as self-compassion. And this capability to show yourself compassion, show yourself love, is reflected in your connections with others. It seems like you're a very compassionate person just in general when it comes to the people that you cross in your path. And I also think that you probably are somebody, based on your perspective, as somebody who is filling up their own cup, which is kind of why there's this ability within you to keep your heart space open and to show compassion and love to others in a free-flowing kind of way. With this penguin card here, I think that there's definitely a level of commitment to the things that you hold dear, the things that you have value in, including this connection. It seems like you think that this person probably feels as though you are all in when it comes to this connection, and that you value being a good partner, that being a good partner and showing up for this person is something that is a priority for you. So if that resonates, if this sounds like how you think this person sees you, let's go ahead and look into how it is that they actually see you. Okay, how does pile 2's person actually see them? Okay, so we have the Tower. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Six of Cups. Okay. And then for your oracles, we have raccoon. Oh, okay, this one wanted to come out. We have muscle, and the keyword is solidarity. We have the child magical. The light attributes are seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And the shadow attributes are pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. And we have wisdom. Okay, so how is this person currently viewing you? I would say that when it comes to how you thought they were viewing you, you're pretty on point. You're pretty spot on when it comes to that. What I would say that was kind of like missed in the first portion of this reading is this Tower card. I feel as though you are a person that has kind of knocked them off their feet. You are somebody who has kind of like, it's been a surprise almost, like they weren't expecting to meet you, or they weren't expecting to go through such profound changes from having met you. There's something here that like indicates that they feel as though this is a very spiritual connection, like there's a reason for having met you, but it's also, I would say, like perhaps even a little bit uncomfortable for this person. Like I think you challenge them to step outside of their comfort zone, but they do see you as all of the things that you think they see you as. Another thing that's coming through that's a little bit that's different than what showed up in the first portion of this reading is with this raccoon card. Some things that kind of like come to mind with the raccoon card are that perhaps you don't fully see your potential, or perhaps there's a little bit of self-doubt when it comes to your potential. Not that negates the amount of self-love that there is. It's just a very human feeling that like is kind of being highlighted here. Another thing that comes through with the raccoon is your generosity. This person thinks that you're very generous. This could be generous in the sense of like material generosity, but this could also be like your emotional presence, like you're generous with your heart space, with your ability to sympathize or empathize with others, to be there for others, to be a good friend, to be a good person to others. I kind of wonder if perhaps they feel as though you may be taking on, like you may be somebody who takes on too much. Like perhaps there is like I know in the first portion there was this thought that like you fill up your own cup before you help others, but here with the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I kind of wonder if perhaps this person isn't on the same page as that. Like I think that maybe this person feels as though you take on other people's burdens, or you have a difficult time setting boundaries when it comes to perhaps your generosity. But it comes from like a place of recognizing like the sacredness that there is in community. I definitely see here with muscle as well as with wisdom that they see you as somebody who thrives in community, or who sees the value in creating community and being open to the insights and the connections that you can share with others and that others can share with you. But with like the child magical here, there's definitely, it's the same energy as the otter of like somebody who is incredibly playful, somebody who is very lighthearted. Like I would say that they probably feel as though you're a very warm presence whenever you're around, like a light, like you light up the room. And I see it with the Six of Cups too. This is definitely like a very nostalgic, kind of like childhood type of card, like a very innocent card. It can also be indicative of soulmates. So this person could be viewing you as their soulmate. But again, this card represents friendship. So I think that they really do see you as a good friend to others, as well as a good partner. And I think also like this Eight of Pentacles, again, is significant of commitment, of being able to commit to a certain goal, to commit to what it is that you set your mind to. But let's go ahead and see if there's anything that I've missed. How does pile two's person view pile two? How does pile two's person view pile two? Okay, we have number 7, patience and planning. We have number 4, firm foundation. And we have number 9, fulfillment of wishes. So if I'm reading these correctly, like obviously I'm looking at what these words are saying as well as the images, but to get a little bit more in depth, I think that this is the 7 of Pentacles, this is the 4 of Pentacles, and this is the 9 of Cups. I think this person trusts you wholeheartedly. They see you as somebody who's very trustworthy, somebody that they could have a future with. I also think that you are somebody who almost perhaps goes beyond what it is that they had even imagined for themselves. Like you check all the boxes. But let's get some more oracles, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. How does this person view pile 2? How does pile 2's person... Yeah, we have visions. Again, this is like forward thinking. This person sees you in their future. They see you as somebody who they can build a life with. This is like they definitely see you as somebody who is a life partner. We have weight of truth. And we have inside looking out. Interesting. And then on the back of the deck, we have a fearful world. This is very interesting because it kind of goes against all of the other cards here. I do think weight of truth kind of has the same energy as this 10 of wands. I do feel as though for some of you, just based on these 3 cards that have come out, that for some of you, this could be potentially a connection that is no longer in contact. And this could be something like how they're viewing you now is something that they're suddenly realizing, the potential. But I also think so that's one message that's coming through. I also think that like this kind of energy, like this realization of like how perfect you are in their eyes is something that causes them to become very fearful of potentially losing you. Like, but I think that it would come more so from them realizing that perhaps they aren't on the same level as you. Like perhaps they don't feel good enough for you. But take it how it resonates for you. I think that these 3 cards here are very specific messages for very specific people. But that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and get you guys some affirmations before we close this reading out. What affirmation is there for pile 2? I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. And we have, my power lies in my peaceful presence. So there's definitely, like, we have the word peace coming out in both of these cards. And I think that, like, that's a really big message that's coming through. Obviously, take these as they resonate for you. But I think that the biggest message coming through for me that I'm seeing is this need to focus on your peace, to follow where your peace lies. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. Please know that I am wishing you nothing but the best, and I hope that I will have the opportunity to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hi, pile 3. If you chose this butterfly card, then this is going to be your reading on how it is that you think your person sees you versus how they actually see you. And this butterfly card is going to be a part of the first portion of your reading, which is how it is that you think that they see you. So the other oracles that we have for this are the Seeker. The light attribute is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And the shadow attribute is an inability to commit to a path once found. We also have the Salmon, and the keyword is journey. And we have abundance. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the card that you've chosen, the butterfly card, which I think is pretty obvious, represents transformation. So I think that you are under the impression that this person feels as though you are somebody who has recently gone through some really significant changes in your life, or is somebody who is currently going through changes. I also could see here that perhaps you feel as though they think you're somebody who is continuously evolving, continuously open to growth, to learning new things, to challenging yourself. So that's something that's definitely coming through. When it comes to some of the changes that are kind of being shown here, this could be changes to your career, changes to perhaps your passions. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It could also be changes in your goals, changes in your self-worth. There's just, but the changes that are happening are ones that are creating actual growth. So there is discomfort that's coming along with these beautiful changes. Another thing that's kind of coming through is that you might, and this doesn't have to be the case, but it is a message that's coming through where there might be concern on your end that this person might be feeling as though you're moving on or you're outgrowing them in some sort of way. So that is something that could be a concern for you. But at the end of the day, it feels like this person, or it feels like you think this person recognizes that you want the best for yourself and you're willing to go after what it is that you want. There's an element of bravery here. And also an element of joy. I would say with the Salmon's keyword being journey, I would say that there's also this element to you where you're here for the ride. You're enjoying the ride. It's not necessarily about the destination. Although there does seem to be certain goals here with abundance. Although abundance could be indicative of you feeling as though they think that you are lucky in some sort of way. But I do think that there's a level of joy, enjoyment, peace, tranquility, just enjoying the process of life rather than constantly being worried about getting to the next level. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So if that resonates for you, let's go ahead and look into how it is that they actually see you. three's person actually see pile 3? Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands. We have the Sun, the 2 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. And then for your oracles, we have the Knight. The light attributes are loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor, and the shadow attributes are allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, and romantic delusions. We also have Elephant, Meerkat, and the keyword is encourage. And we have Passion. Okay. So, I would say that for the majority of you, when it comes to that concern that kind of showed up in the first portion of this reading, it's not actually a concern for them. Like, we do have the 9 of Swords, and I kind of want to clarify this. Let's actually clarify it right now. Why is the 9 of Swords here? Why is the 9 of Swords here? Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Okay. So, when it comes to that concern that some of you guys are feeling, what I would say is that you're not wrong about the concern being there. Like, you're not wrong about this person perhaps being a little bit anxious about the idea of you exploring other options or of moving beyond this connection. However, these cards here really go against the rest of this spread when it comes to how this person actually sees you. And what I'm kind of picking up on this is that there is concern. Like, there's acknowledgement here that this person does have a fear of you kind of like exploring other options besides this connection. But when it comes to how they actually see you, they see you as somebody who is incredibly trustworthy. And I get the feeling that like they recognize that this is always a possibility, regardless of where a connection is currently at. There's the law of impermanence. Things are always changing. And so I think that this is something that is in the back of their mind because it's always a possibility that like this could occur, but they think very highly of you. Like, if this were to occur, what I'm seeing is that they don't feel as though it would happen behind their back. They don't feel as though this would like be something where the rug is pulled out from underneath them. There's a lot of trust here. They seem to think of you, with this Knight here, they seem to think of you as somebody who truly has a loyalty to them, who truly cares about them. With the 2 of Cups here, I think they see you as somebody who truly loves them. But not only that, but they see you as their counterpart. They see you as their soulmate, perhaps as their twin flame. There's definitely like a partnership here that they see within you. They also, I would say, see you as somebody who is incredibly wise. And I think that this probably comes from the amount of transformations that you have gone through, which we see with the Sun as well. The Sun is about healing. It's about transforming. It's about clarity. And I think that this person sees you as somebody who has a lot of clarity and insight to provide based on the journey that you yourself have taken. There's also a level of comfort here. Like, I think this person finds you to be somebody who is very comforting. Like, your presence is warm, inviting, and comforting. And we see that comfort again with the Meerkat. I think that like there's definitely an open-heartedness to you that this person is highlighting here, is emphasizing here. It seems like you probably inspire this person, encourage this person, are supportive and are kind-hearted toward this person as well as others in your life. There's definitely like a teacher kind of energy to you, whether or not that's intentional or not. It seems like you have a lot to teach others or a lot to show others when it comes to life, or when it comes to just how you love them. I do think that, like, with the abundance card that had come through, there is this element of like luck that perhaps some of you guys were picking up on, or have been picking up on, because the elephant definitely is indicative of good fortune, of obstacles being removed from your path. So there is this element there that this person sees within you. But I also feel like they think you're very authentic to yourself. With the Five of Wands here, this goes hand in hand with this Passion card. And it seems like you're somebody who truly knows themselves, has a lot of self-awareness, a lot of self-knowledge, has a good relationship with themselves, and because of this is able to live a very authentic life, a very truthful kind of life, where you're able to follow your passions. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And I think that that is what these two cards are indicating, is just like this underlying fear or this underlying recognition that while you are a trustworthy person, there's always the opportunity for things to go a different way. But let's go ahead and see if there's anything that I've missed. How does pile 3's person view pile 3? It's too many. How does pile 3's person view pile 3? Okay, so we have new beginnings. We have triumph. And we have recognition and reward. This to me is telling me that they see you as a go-getter. They see you as somebody who is fearless, or perhaps feels their fears, recognizes their fears, and does not let their fears dictate the choices that they make. They see you as somebody who is capable of anything and who is fairly successful in whatever that means for the two of you. Let's go ahead and pull some more. I would say this person thinks you're brave. How does pile 3's person see pile 3? We have slimy, we have mysterious mother. How does pile 3's person see pile 3? And we have the hold. And on the back of the deck we have a fearful world. That's very interesting. Again, we have this like indicator of fear. I kind of wonder if for some of you, they feel as though perhaps you have some sort of attachment to them that you're fearful of. With slimy here, this is indicative of jealousy. The hold is definitely like a feeling of like attachment. So I do kind of wonder if for some of you that is something coming through. You'll know, like there will be like an aha kind of moment. But if that's not the case, I think that there is this feeling of jealousy within this person that has to do with recognizing that others are very drawn to you. And it's a concern for them because they recognize that they cannot control you, nor would they want to. But it leaves potential to being hurt. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys. It's an interesting message that came through for pile 2 as well. Let's go ahead and get you guys some affirmations. What affirmation is there for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? I celebrate all the greatness in my life. And we have, I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. There's definitely I feel like these 2 cards, from what I'm seeing, are your guide's way of applauding you and are your guide's way of encouraging you to continue to expand, to not let yourself become small because of another person's fears. But obviously take these how they resonate for you first and foremost. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 3. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to read for you. Please know that I am wishing you nothing but the best, all of the happiness in the world, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye!